Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked, your weekly midweek show about the world of professional wrestling. I am your host, Joker Voice, in parts unknown. We're going to work on this soon, folks. But to my stage right is the wonderfully talented, bad takes and all. It is LeftEyeEgo. Ego, how are you, sir?
Doing good. We're ready for another night of talking wrestling with you guys. Let's get to it.
All righty. And down below is our legal expert, the man who likes to watch the holes of worms. It is Duke Devil 95, Bradley Burnett. Bradley, how are you, sir?
Doing good. Kind of curious about our top 5 tonight and how we're all going to think about it.
I know.
It's an interesting one. Interesting, I found.
Which, by the way, I enjoyed your show. I enjoyed your show. I enjoyed your show today. And tell Hitman his new avatar, top notch. I like it.
Yes, finally upped his game.
Yes, definitely. So let's take a moment and say hi to folks in the chat. Here we have Mr. LeftEyeEgo. Mr. LeftEyeEgo is dropping stuff. Also, our Wrench of Wrenches, Mr. Jacob Ironside, dropping links into the chat as well, as we all have YouTube channels of our own. We all have links of our own on social media. Also, check out the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Great way to directly support the channel, as obviously I'm going to need it. So, if you don't mind,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
So let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into our first topic. Mr. Ego, do you have that slide ready?
Yes, sir, I do. And bring it up
Because
here.
it was announced last week, something we all knew was going to happen. And that is WrestleMania is going to Saudi for WrestleMania 43. WrestleMania 42 is coming back here to the United States. It's going to be in Las Vegas once again. New Orleans, sorry, you're just shit out of luck. First off, first off, a lot of folks simply ask why. Well, the answer is obvious: money, 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 money. We know that the Saudis will be hosting the Royal Rumble this coming January. Normally, for a B-tier premium live event, WWE gets paid for a crown jewel or a Night of Champions. They get paid $50 million per show. For the Rumble, they're getting paid $100 million.
Yeah.
For a 2-night WrestleMania. As of right now, PW Insider has said that they're getting a ridiculous payday, and they use that word ridiculous because it's looking to the tune of $250 million. $250 million. So, initial thoughts. Let's go with Brad first.
I mean, it's tough to turn down that money, honestly. I mean, Jesus. I mean, $250 billion. Jesus, that's 5 crown jewels.
Yeah.
Although I really thought, if anything, we'd have the first one like in London, but I guess it's kind of the same thing anyway at this point. But that's just London. So I'm just curious. The women's side of it. How's that going to be affected? Because that's
spring.
the biggest. Yeah, that's
and we'll get into something that somebody said. But Mr. Ego, your thoughts initially of WrestleMania?
Man, I just thought it was 100 million. I didn't know it was 250. Like, damn, I
makes more sense. It's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I just I rarely in life do you get good deals so good initially that you take it because you think someone made a mistake. and you realize it's probably that's probably going to wind up making the mistake later on for taking the money. It's a lot of money to say no to, and I know that the way that sports leagues are going now, especially with boxing, they're making Riyadh the place to be. I know that we just had we've had a lot of big fights in the last year and a half. They're all in Riyadh, and if you think that this is go on, I'm sorry.
TKO last Saturday had one out here.
Right. And for the for Canelo's fight, to Canelo Terence Crawford. Yep. Yeah. And the thing is like they're making it so that Riyadh is the overseas Vegas with a lot more restrictions.
Season, they call it Riyadh season. They call it.
Right. And I've seen the marketing for it. I bet it looks and sounds fantastic. It's just that, we talked about it last week. I thought that O2 or Wembley would be the place that you would say, hey, we're going to have WrestleMania overseas. Wembley. Mm-hmm. Okay, Wembley. Wembley's larger. Okay. I really had Wembley pegged, and so I just don't know how matches are going to go. Are women going to get their WrestleMania moments? The bodysuit's an issue. There's Bianca Belair's comments at the press conference.
We'll talk about that. That's the second. Okay. Yes.
That's, as I'm saying, it's a lot to have to say. You hear the money, and I guess we'll talk about TKO's desire for more money, but I mean it seems to go with okay. Yes, greed. Yes, TKO's greed, and it's a very corporate thing to do and say. I'm just kind of at a loss for that outside of just the greed portion of it. Man, it sucks.
So here's why, and again, and you guys are, and Egos, if you're right, London should have gone to London first. It really should have as the first overseas Mania. It's like an international hub. The Wembley Stadium, you could easily put 90 plus thousand people in there and pack that place. Riyadh, right now they're building a new stadium, which at capacity would be like 93,000, but that's not going to be done till like 2028. I'm sure they're going to speed up the process here. But this is who's going to this? Who's going to go to Saudi Arabia? No one.
Right.
Except
it was expensive enough in Vegas.
Saudi Arabia.
That's exactly what Joker and I were thinking about. Well, when we were looking this year, because I was going to be in Vegas at the time, and we said, let's just look at tickets for basically shits and grins, and even nosebleed seats for one night were a couple $1,000.
Right.
So, I mean, WrestleMania has been priced out for, the regular fans more and more. And now, like Ego just said, who can go? I mean, listen, it's just gonna, it's going to be an elite thing. I mean, the Super Bowl, people still get tickets to the Super Bowl, but
not even that. I mean, I've seen through my feed people talking to the wrestling commentator class of folks. What was it? Denise Salcedo, who is always at the media scrums and to whatnot, getting her access and whatnot. And they asked her, what are you going to ask the wrestlers at the Saudi show? And she said, I'm not going. I mean, why would she go?
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, and that's the thing is that, when they had Crown Jewel last year, there were people that said, hey, I'm not going. And Triple H was like, all right, cool. You don't want to go. You don't want to go. So I'm like, well, what if you're a type? You know what I mean?
You're going to this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're stuck. You're absolutely stuck.
The other question is, and
go on.
Sorry.
No,
I don't know if you're going to bring it up, but with that kind of payday, who else gets to book the show?
This is an interesting thing right here. So, Ego, you can drop the
it
thing there. Okay, so now we're back here again. Okay, so you're basically doing this for the Crown Prince, who
Mhm.
when Vince started this deal 7 years ago, actually almost 5 years ago, it's a 7-year deal that they have for this. The Crown Prince wanted Yokozuna to be
Well, it's a big ask.
right
a big
because he's
ask.
been dead for 12 because he was dead for
Supernatural.
Yeah, but you
'Cause he
don't
was-
know if you don't ask.
like because he was dead for a dozen years already.
Well,
So,
what did they get
This
though?
person is already claiming that they're gonna get the biggest stars. Like they want the Roman Reigns Rock match, and I'm like, now in 2 more years, it should have happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That match should have happened. They were like, we want to get Shawn Michaels back in the ring at 62.
No,
We saw that.
with-
We saw it. We saw what happened. They made
Yeah,
him.
it
They
wasn't
made him
good.
do it.
Yeah, Undertaker. No. Stone Cold Steve
Eddie.
Austin. It took them 19 years. It took them 19 years to get him to come out of retirement to put Kevin Owens over.
no way, man.
I don't know what I don't know what type of matches they want to do. I don't know. But if you have to go back to your past, this is a step. This is definitely a step backwards. And this is basically the Crown Prince using WrestleMania as his toy box. This is Tony Khan on steroids.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, they better be glad it's in Riyadh, because if that booking is ass and it were in the United States, we're letting you know it. Like, you better be lucky when you can't boo through a screen, because there is no way that these matches, the way you're trying to book them, is going to be a good idea.
Well, it's interesting because the guy in charge of the entertainment director for the kingdom.
You gotta move.
There's a prison wing that's nicknamed after him.
See there, that's it.
Well, it's like
the
Coliseum. I mean, you have great fights.
Ain't even worth going, man.
Now, they announced this last Friday out here in Vegas because WWE was out here for the Canelo fight, and they had Worlds Collide as well. They had a press conference, which there was no press there. They were just making this announcement, and you had Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Liv Morgan, Stephanie Devacare, I believe Seth Rollins. Oh, and Logan Paul was also there. Did anybody see the faces on everybody at this press conference?
I'm guessing it looked like a hostage video.
It did. It really did.
I mean, Liv was the only one who like cracked a smirk. That was it. Logan Paul had his head down the whole time. And then Bianca, again, I'm not blaming her for this. She's doing her job, towing the company line. But she said, when it comes to Saudi Arabia, it's been a place where women have been making great moments. And joining us is Mr. Laurence Knight. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't know what's going on, but I had to reboot my computer and it erased my avatar. And apparently I don't have it saved in my photos on my PC, and I'm sure I did. So I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so you'll be a nipple tonight. I like it.
For finding a new avatar real quick.
I've got a different one that I can use. It's one that someone
Saudis are going to demand you use the one you used last week because that's what the Saudis want.
Right, exactly.
give a rat's behind
So,
what the Saudis want.
so right now we're talking about the conference and the announcement of WWE taking WrestleMania 43 over to the Saudis. And your initial thoughts, sir?
It's a train wreck. Everybody that was standing up there looked like a bunch of hostages. They were definitely pissed. The fans are pissed. And from what I've been hearing, the Saudis have been interjecting themselves in storylines more and more. And because this company is publicly traded, which I thought it never should have been, they are kowtowing to shareholders who I'm pretty sure are increasingly becoming Saudi by origin. So my guess is if I was one of the wrestlers, I'd be looking for the exit because I think that company is going to be in Saudi's hands at some point.
I don't know about that, but I could definitely understand the anger. As again, the Bianca said that Saudi has been a place where women have made great progress and great strides. Now, technically, she's not wrong. The first crown jewel, the women were not even at the show. And when they first came on the show, they were wearing like t-shirts and was and so they've advanced to skin tight bodysuits, which leave about as much room to the imagination as their normal gear. But I think that's a little for Bianca to say that. Again, she's towing the company line as this moves into our next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, as this moves into our next topic, as Mr. Laurence has said this, this is a TKO issue here, where also earlier in the week, Chairman Mark Shapiro said that WWE is nowhere near the profit yield that UFC is at. And this is what they're marketing toward, maximizing their profit per ticket sold. Think of it as a theme park with price elasticity. You're going to raise your prices to the point to where you start to see a negative. You're going to start to see a negative impact, and then you back off the price increase. And apparently WWE is not there yet. And he criticized the previous regime for, as he said, pricing to families and not focusing on maximizing profits. Now, I'll start with this one. I have been very critical of Vince McMahon, rightfully so, but making the
We paused.
There
Okay, come back. There it is. Oh, you're back. Okay, go ahead.
Hotel, the Wi-Fi, folks. It's a listing show. So making the WWE accessible to families and the average fan is the
Out again.
Out again.
Just as he's making his point.
So
yeah.
Okay, so WWE under Vince was a generational product. It's something you could pass on from family to family to family. So, and wow, I'm glitching all over the place here. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so quick thoughts. And I do not think that Vince would have sold his greatest creation out. Ego, thoughts?
Honestly, I think that kind of the beginning of this kind of thing started to me when I started seeing brands on the mat. I kind of agree with Vince in saying, hey, the mat's sacred. If you want to put your advertising on turnbuckles on the aprons. I'm okay with that, but the mat should be its own thing. We're here for WWE, not WWE sponsored by insert all these advertisers. And I think that what Brad said earlier is right. This is going to become an elite event so that only people that are in the elite upper echelons, socially, financially, and in sports are going to be able to attend these things. It's wrestling is supposed to be a blue collar sport to spectate. Basketball kind of used to be the same way too. Hey, I spend my money to come see. Maybe I get a glimpse of my favorite wrestler. If I get just enough money, I can be at the tunnel where they walk out, and my kid gets to high five them. Now it's like we're gonna spend more time on focusing on who's there that's a celebrity and doing these curated photos. And between doing this, ad readouts by Disney, having the ESPN first take crew at wrestling events, is getting way too corporate now. And the fact that prices are jacking up means you're going to price out people that actually care about the sport the most, are going to be sitting back watching TV on it. And it's, well, I have to pay to watch it when it used to be on relative cable TV for free. Like, so if we're going from that, I have to have a subscription to Netflix to watch it. Now, when I have PLEs, I have to have ESPN to watch that. And I can't even afford to go see the damn thing when they're in my city. Ain't that a bitch? It just winds up being...
Well said. Yeah. Brad, thoughts? There's Laurence.
There he is.
I had to pull some little magic. I figured out a little trick.
Gotcha.
Channel
All right,
and hit
Brad, thoughts?
right click and got it.
I think you and I sort of saw this actually in action last year when, this year when we went to that event, and it was all just a merch event, which should have been really highlighting the history of WrestleMania. Which I thought, that's what I thought it was going to be, because they have like at the Super Bowl, they have the Super Bowl experience, outside the Super Bowl, they have this whole camp set up. And they would do that same thing in Miami for the F1 race. Of course, there's all the merch, but they also have little kiosks to like do certain things. There wasn't that at that WrestleMania event. The majority of it was, I'd say 85% of it was merch. The things we did see were cool, but it's like, they're going to buy merch anyway. Why don't you draw people in? And this is just, I think it's watering down the brand from what it is. I mean, don't think, and remember this: how many people who ran the territories are pissed at Vince for making the WWE what it was, because he killed out all the territories. Now it's just killing it entirely for what it was.
You want to know what I think? I just want to go back a little bit to what Vince would have thought about all of this, and the statement about how he should have been more concerned with maximizing the amount of maximizing money instead of catering to families. Well, the families got to, first of all, the families got them to the dance, number one, and two, pricing everybody out is not going to help. You're going to piss off people and you're going to start losing people. Third thing is, if you remember Vince's deal and what Vince said in the interview, when he talked about the synergy between him and Ari Emanuel, Vince did it, I think, halfway out of spite, but he also was using it he was trying to use TKO as a golden shield so that he could continue to run the company, but then make it so that they couldn't boot him out like he did the last time. So he figured he would still have some kind of power, that he would be able to stop what's going on right now. He was delusional. But what he didn't count on was Janelle Grant. Janelle Grant killed all of that. What Vince doesn't realize is that the moment he sold that company, it was going to happen whether he wanted it to or not. Ari Emanuel just had enough sense not to tell him.
You are correct, sir.
Wait, it's Iger and George Lucas.
Yep.
Basically, yeah. I know. You're not wrong, sir. Brad, just for that.
taking all the stuff we love, those money grubbing bastards.
So to Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and Nick Khan.
You just made the list.
And you deserve to be there. So whatever we loved about the whatever we grew up loving about the WWE, it's gone. It's gone. This is a new WWE. And we're just gonna have to evolve with.
Don't you mean this is a new WCW?
Now
Can't we just what if we just like wait, what if we just remade the WWE network and put on Raw and don't tell the Prince that it's not live? So then you can see Yokozuna again. You can see Stone Cold and The Rock again.
Honestly, it'll work.
There is possible that. Now, I have also heard that for the ESPN app to watch Wrestlepalooza, certain cable and providers are still not on board with it yet, like Cox, which is out here for me, Comcast. So there are some folks that won't even be able to watch this new premium live event unless you decide to do what Stephanie McMahon said on her podcast when she was talking about Raw. Get a VPN and watch it internationally on Netflix.
I'm about to do that.
So that's talking about the corporate greed of it. Now, this Friday, myself and LeftEyeEgo, we're going to be doing a special edition here of Wednesday Night's Overbooked because we're going to talk about a certain professional wrestler that it came full circle this past Friday on SmackDown when someone was in the ring with her and she legitimately got hurt. Now I'm talking about the match between Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. Now, if you saw the match, Tiffany Stratton was attempting a moonsault going out to the floor. Tiffany Stratton is a gymnast. She does this in her sleep. Mm-hmm. And Jade had moved out of position because she had a spot where she was going to spear Tiffany through the barricade. So in doing this, she's out of position. So she's not there to break Tiffany's descent. Tiffany, with all the momentum going backwards, hits the back of her head on the floor. And that's not a thick mat between her and floor. As Brian Alvarez said, that this was the spot where she got slightly concussed, which meant she was not medically cleared to be part of the 6-woman tag match at the end of NXT Homecoming last night. Now, Booker T has said that he said in a tweet, and we're going to go over this even more into detail on Friday, but I wanted to get you guys' initial thoughts here, that he suggests that he take Jade and take her down to Reality of Wrestling in Houston, his wrestling school, and fine-tune her. Laurence, thoughts on that?
That should have happened a long time ago. And honestly, what happened, in my opinion, it's not Jade Cargill's fault. It is Triple H's fault. Whoever made the decision, which ultimately falls on Triple H, it is their fault for having that woman out there before she was ready. Period.
Brad, thoughts?
I was even trying to understand what exactly the spot was supposed to be, because I see her up there trying to do the the moonsault, and Jade runs away. I'm like, wait, did she forget what it was supposed to happen. That's the only thing I could figure. If she knows she's supposed to be set up for a spear, she's not remembering the playbook because they go
Right.
over these things. They're communicating in
And-
the ring.
And we've mentioned this on the show numerous times. Jade gets lost in her own matches. Ego, your initial thought.
As far as the spot, I mean, I know that she's a gymnast, and so I know that when you can over rotate on the moonsault when you know someone's going to break your fall, because otherwise she'd have been able to actually literally stick the landing from where she jumped out the top turnbuckle.
You could tell she didn't. You could tell by her feet that her feet were not expecting that.
Right. And so the fact that she fucking missed it, Jade literally saw this woman's head bounce off of the flooring and then tackled her ass through a barricade is
Very
like
slowly.
zero self. Very slowly,
The slowest looking spear I've ever seen.
Right. So I'm like, there had to have been a spot where you take that bump or you break her fall and then you reverse and throw into the side of the ring and then you spear her. I don't know, but I know there should have been a spot where you break that kind of a fall. And so the fact that Booker T is reaching out to you, who, by the way, has been credited with training Roxanne Perez and the Usos, if that guy's offering you advice, number one, saying that this should happen because it's out there now. I think it's something she really has to consider and that WWE needs to enforce.
I would tend to agree. As I just got word, we are at 8 likes so far in the chat. Thank you so much, you guys. We have a goal every week of double digit likes, and so we are 2 away from that. Again, hit that like button. It costs you nothing. Share the stream out, even though we're plowing through. We're doing the best we can, folks, here. And also check out everyone's links down below in the description. So if you don't mind,
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
and I'll just finish the Jade Cargill thing. While yes, it is WWE's fault for putting an unfinished product out there before they knew before they really knew what they had. It's now clear you have injured somebody, and you've injured a future pillar of this company. So if I'm WWE, I've got to look at myself in the mirror, but I'm also pissed. So, and kudos,
Goldberg.
Well, kudos. Well, it's interesting you say that, because kudos to Nia Jax. Now, Nia Jax, I know, right? Nia Jax, who notoriously in her first run was known for working very stiff, and was not the most clean in-ring worker. She had a spot at the end for a post-match thing where she was to attack both Tiffany and Jade. She barely touched Tiffany. She went after Jade and worked her well. And then on the Annihilator she gave to Tiffany, that was the softest landing I have ever seen her do. I would not be surprised if Nia was a little stiff to Jade, because Tiffany and Nia, they travel together. They
sure do. They're friends.
They become very close friends. So, thoughts on Nia? So, the thoughts on the realization of all people, Nia Jax came to save the day. Laurence, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, I'll say this, because I remember I read an interview with Nia Jax, and what she said about Tiffany Stratton, it made me think about a story that Mark Henry told about Ron Simmons and and Ahmed Johnson. And if
Okay.
I'm Jade,
Apropos.
if I'm Jade, I'm thinking you better be Jade, you better be concerned once Tiffany is feeling better, because for Nia Jax to say, if I ended up in a bar fight similar to what Shawn Michaels went through, because they asked her, who is the one person that you would have with you? And she said Tiffany Stratton. And that was before that they was really going around, because she said, I've seen that girl fight. I've seen her temper. And if you're going to be in a bar fight, if there's anybody you want with you, it's her.
All right. Brad, thoughts?
It's just so strange. Like the worm kind of turned. Is that the phrase? We were always saying, Nia Jax was the one who hurt people. And bottom line, she did. It also shows how much she's actually matured in her role as a wrestler.
Yeah. Ego?
Yeah, same with Brad. I mean, who would have thought that the person that we said the most unsafe is now finally self-aware to be like, hey, I can't go messing up the golden goose or else I'm going to be out of a job. So I should take it easy on her. But also giving respect to Tiffany Stratton, saying, hey, if a bar fight goes down, Tiffany has hands. So Jade better be glad that Tiffany's feeling better and that she might not have any hard feelings, because you can wrestle with almost anything broken that you can repair except a brain. So, Jade better be careful moving forward.
And this is not the first time Tiffany has had a concussion. She had one early on in NXT.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ego, why is that an issue?
Because repeated concussions can, just medically speaking, I mean, you can only take so much of those. It's literally your brain jostling around in your skull. I mean, that can lead to what we've seen is posthumously is CTE, which is what a lot of wrestlers have. Basically, their dark spots on your brain can lead to cognitive deficits, changes in behavior, aggression. It's just a host of symptoms you do not want to have, especially this early in career. I remember that one athlete that I remember that really had to retire early because of those concussions was Steve Young.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's just not a good thing. Once you get one, you're more likely to get another and another and another. And sometimes they take longer to recover from. I mean, the last thing you want is cognitive deficits.
Just ask Adam Cole.
Yep. Or Chris Nowinski.
Yeah.
Yo, that sucks, man. Yeah, I'm just like, man, yeah.
So, fortunately for Tiffany, she does not have a match this Saturday, as we have Wrestlepalooza, which is a 5-match event. You like that?
Scheduled for 7 hours,
there, Brad? Right?
Scheduled for 7 hours.
We have this right here. So we're going to go through each match by match, and then we're going to give our predictions. Now, me personally, 4 of these matches seem pretty straightforward, with one that could honestly go either way. Ego, where would you like to start?
Ooh, you know what? Let's start off with what's probably going to kick this off, which is the Usos versus the Breakers.
Jimmy and Jay Uso versus the Braun Bros. So, from the Vision, you have now reunited the Usos, the Yeet Man and his brother. Now, we've got some little brotherly spat going on between the two. I'll go first with my pick. This match, if you take the opening match from SummerSlam, remove Roman Reigns and add Jimmy Uso, this is the match. Now,
okay,
the Braun Bros lost that match, they get their win back here. The Braun Bruns need this win. Laurence, your thoughts?
The Brawny Bros are going to win, and they're going to win because the Usos are going to break down until the fight start arguing, and they're going to get caught up.
Larry, can you come a little closer to your mic?
So far away.
You sound like you were far away.
Really? I'm on my headset, so my mic is literally right next to my mouth.
Yeah, it sounded like your
Okay.
headset wasn't even working.
Wow.
Well, now you sound good.
Okay. So, well, I did buy a boom mic. I'm wondering if it's trying to activate, but no. So the Brawny Bros are going to win because the Usos are going to have a breakdown during the match, and one of them's going to get caught slipping.
Okay. Brad, your thoughts?
I think the Vision needs to have the bad guys win.
Correct. I would agree. Ego?
You're right. Braun Bruns need this win better than the Usos. You can probably keep the feud going on a little bit longer too if you wanted to, but absolutely the Braun Bruns need this win.
Don't be surprised if LA Knight gets involved.
I can see that.
Don't be surprised. All right. Laurence, you pick the next match.
Cena versus I can't believe I forgot his name looking at
Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar. Yeah, Cena versus Lesnar.
Okay.
So
Brad, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Go, Laurence.
It's gonna be similar to the match that that Brock had with Cena when he first came back. He's gonna beat the hell out of Cena all over the ring, and somehow Cena's gonna pull out a win.
Okay. So you're picking Cena.
Yep.
Okay. Brad.
Cena's heel run was a failure. It's time for Super Cena to finish up on high, so he's going to end up winning. After he has to mount his Hulk Hogan style comeback.
Right. Ego?
Yeah, I got Cena winning this one too. It's going to be a Herculean Hulk Hogan-esque moment. I think Brock Lesnar is going to be leading for 2/3 of this match, destroying Cena, and then Cena mounts a comeback and ultimately wins.
All right. So my thought is this: as Brad said, the heel run was a failure. John Cena's last two the matches have been very good. And as R-Truth said this past week, that Super Cena is coming after Brock. He actually said the term Super Cena. So John is going to take a trip to Suplex City. I'm going to check the sportsbook next door at the casino to see if there's a over or under on how many suplexes Brock is going to give. I'm going to guess that it's going to start at 12, and we'll go from there. But yes, I do not see Cena because after Saturday, Cena has 5 appearances left. He's going to make an appearance in Perth for Crown Jewel, 2 appearances on Raw. He's going to appear at Survivor Series, and he'll have his last match December 13th at Saturday night's main event. I do not see
right?
any match that. What?
That's in Boston, right?
I'm sorry. What?
It's in Boston.
Yes. No, it's in
match?
Washington. It's in Washington, D.C.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was Boston.
No, it got moved. Cena takes this match. The only match Cena takes this match. The only match he's going to lose is his last match to put someone over. All right, Brad, you pick the next match.
Okay. Here's an easy one, just to get it out of the way. Cody versus Drew.
Okay. Your thoughts, Brad.
Cody. Although I'll tell you what, I do want to see a good match. I do want to see a good match. I do like
Yes.
the way Drew McIntyre has really been, portraying himself lately. And he's been putting on better matches. So I really think this will be one of the better matches overall for how it's shown on TV. Although I think we know that the result is going to be Cody.
Correct. Ego, thought?
So first of all, I didn't know how far back these guys went. So, I mean, this is a great comeback story for both of them at this level. I still pick Cody Rhodes, but I mean, the vignettes for this are going to be awesome. The flashbacks videos are going to be great and emotional and kind of tie in, but ultimately Cody's going to get the win.
Gotcha. Lawrence.
This is, in my opinion, it's going to be the match to watch. I mean, I know it doesn't have all the hype that CM Punk's match is going to have or has, but I think that it's the sleeper agent that's going to surprise everyone. And I think Cody's going to come out. I think it'll be close, and it should be close. Cody shouldn't win outright. I think Cody should catch him slipping. It should be just a quick mistake,
I like how you think, and this is Cody's first defense after winning back the title, and I do not think that this match with Drew McIntyre is a one and done. I think this is a feud that goes on for a bit, but for this first round, Cody wins. Now we're going to go to the mixed tag. The World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, and his sexy wife, Becky Lynch, as she calls Seth her hot husband, as the power couple of the WWE go against the Second City Saint, CM Punk, and AJ Lee. Again, this is an easy pick. Punk and Lee go over in this match. This is how you keep the Punk Rollins feud. You add a new layer to it. You give it some more spice. You keep it fresh. You involve the wives. And this match ends with AJ Lee pinning Becky Lynch to send something further on down the line. Ego, your pick.
Yeah, I got AJ Lee pinning Becky Lynch and keeping this feud possibly going for a little while longer. It's going to be very entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's going to be the top build match of the night for me. It's probably one of the more exciting ones. So I'm in, but I got AJ Lee pinning Becky Lynch.
Brad?
Agree. AJ returning, she gets the pin.
Lawrence?
Same thing. AJ, she pins, gets the win, and sets up a match between her and Becky.
Yep. Agreed. Now, those are the easy matches. The other one that could go either way, which could be the absolute show stealer of the entire show. This could be a match of the year candidate for the vacant Women's World Championship. The Genius of the Sky, Io Sky versus La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Ego, your thoughts?
Man, I think Stephanie Vaquer pulls it out. Maybe some interference because the Kabuki Warriors are trying to help Io Sky. They mess it up. Stephanie Vaquer winds up winning the belt, and it sets off a feud between the Kabuki Warriors. That's the best way I can see it. But, I mean, it could really go either way. But I'm just going to go with Stephanie Vaquer on this one.
Okay. Brad?
I agree. It's a 50-50 match, but Ego actually played out what I was thinking because we've already seen a little bit of backstage stuff where the Kabuki Warriors are having some problems. Asuka recently returned. She's being more assertive. And I think I think that Stephanie's going to take the title. And then we're going to have some stuff between Asuka and Io for a bit.
Okay. Lawrence?
Stephanie Vaquero wins. I think that is the right choice. I love Io, but I think that they can get more longevity out of Stephanie Vaquero, at this point, because Io's had that belt so many times, and she's just so good.
Okay. All right. Before I give my response, the true winner of this match are the fans. This is going to be an absolute banger match. I am the odd man out here. The right decision is Io. Stephanie has not
kick him
been
from
on.
the swing.
I'm sorry, what?
Kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him.
So
I'm kidding. Like
this
I would kick Ego. Kidding.
So this is the right move is Io. Stephanie has not been on TV for 6 weeks. Now she has been away. Some folks say that there was a nagging injury. Some were saying that she was taking that she asked for some time off for some extra work on her English. But we haven't seen her, like I said, in 6 weeks. Now we've seen her a lot in the last 48 hours, but she's ice cold. So she's coming into this match cold. Now, there's always the looming thing with Rhea in the back. Now, you can have the thing with Asuka, as Asuka has been playing this senpai kohai, or trying to pull this card where she's the senpai, Io needs to be the kohai and follow her lead. And you've also got Rhea in the background as well. You can put the belt on Io. You can set up a tag match, Rhea and Io versus the Warriors at Perth. That way, you get Rhea on the card in her home country in a match where she's going to win, but there's no title involved. Because right now, as she has said, whoever wins, Rhea's coming after that title. So you don't want to put a title match in Perth because no one is beating Rhea in Perth. So whoever gets this belt, you're going to give them a title reign for a month. That's not fair. That sucks for whoever it is. Now you can, so let's say shenanigans happen and it causes Stephanie to lose. Now you've got a feud with Asuka. You got a feud with Kairi now. You can rebuild. You can now build Stephanie up to eventually be at a Mania match, because right now your two leading candidates to win the Rumble are Stephanie and Liv.
Yeah.
That's who you're going to look to for those matches. So I think for right now, Io is the best pick to once again, for a second time, be the women's world champion. So that's just my thought there, and we can drop that really quick. Thank you, Ego, for those.
Well, before you move on, let me say something. I mean,
Okay.
and your opinion is very, very solid. I get it. But Stephanie has something that Io doesn't have. And even though she hasn't been exactly.
You know, Stephanie has that. Io has this.
Very true. Very true.
So now with this premium live event, we've got a few faces that have come back to the WWE, which leads us into the staple of this show. It is the Wednesday Night Overbooked Top 5, where we take a category, we give our 5 best takes. Our number 5 pick gets 1 point. Our number 1 pick gets 5 points. And at the end, our little expert, Duke Devil 95, who counts in sixes, not fives, gives us a definitive and definitive winner for this category. Now, our category this year, as we have had, I actually went through, we have had 8 WWE talent returning to television, either coming back from injury, coming back from AEW, or just coming back out of retirement or whatever. And I'm just seeing a lot more folks in the chat. I want to say welcome, folks. Make sure to hit that like button. We are 2 away from our goal of double digits. And also check out links. Check out all the links down below in the description. We all have channels down there. So if you don't mind,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
so we're gonna go. Now there were 5 female talents that returned and 3 male talents that returned. So we're gonna start with Mr. Ego. Your number 5 return to the WWE in 2025.
Number 5 is new to me, but you guys have known her a lot longer. I've got AJ Lee as number 5 on here. I only didn't have her higher just because I didn't.
Take away one of his mic drops.
I was going to explain myself because y'all say I'm usually prisoner of the moment. I was saying I haven't seen her wrestle before. So I'm saying I got number 5 because she's on the list because I've just seen her come back. She's fantastic on the mic. I'm just saying I just saw her. I met her like last week. Okay, I know y'all say she's fantastic. I just met her last week, so she's number 5 for me. That's the only reason I got her number 5.
You just made the list.
Brad, you're number 5.
You know, I first off, I want to thank. I think we should retitle myself. Price Waterhouse does the tabulations for the Oscars when it comes to votes, and I think that's more appropriate for to me as Price Waterhouse. And don't worry, we're not going to have a La La Land Moonlight moment here.
Good.
So for me, I was looking at, and you know, because I always try to verify the question and the topic. I was thinking, like, what does this really mean? Top 5 2025 returns. So I was like balancing between shocking and surprising and impact. So this one is kind of like, I'm surprised because I don't get the point, and that's Nikki Bella.
Okay.
I don't think she fits with women wrestlers today. I think her role as a wrestler should not be done, as we saw in the last.
You're right there, Laurence?
Dude, you okay?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Okay, yeah, something's going on with my mic because I actually turned it off. Here, let me try this.
Okay. Wow.
They was going through it.
I'm like, do we need to like call someone?
Go on, Brad.
Look, Nikki Bella was fine back in the day when women, when they were divas, you know, they really weren't seen as women wrestlers, but now we have legitimate women wrestlers. The only thing that honestly makes sense for her coming back would be to like be a voice or manager for one of the new women wrestlers. I think that would have been the better role for her. The match she had last time, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's why I'm surprised she came back, and I don't think she's here for the role. Proper role.
All right. Laurence, you're number 5.
Trish Stratus.
Okay. So that's 9 then. Okay. I didn't have Trish on my list, but okay. I'll go with. And reason being?
I know she's been around recently through the years, but over the last, couple of years. But this woman has consistently come in, and it's like she never missed a beat. And each time that she comes in, it makes a major impact. And she came back this year, had a hell of a match, and it was just great. And I just think that as short as her return was, it was great. You know, I liked it. It was the first name that popped in my head for number 5.
All righty.
And she still
My
looks
number
great.
5. My number 5 is the only male to make this list.
Oh,
And that would be Bulgarian Brute. That would be the Bulgarian Brute.
oh, yes.
Now, I could have gone with Aleister Black because he's got the much cooler entrance. He's got one of the coolest entrances ever. Brock for the sheer star power. But Rusev is actually doing something. I mean, Aleister was kind of in this nothing feud with R-Truth, and now he's in a nothing feud with Damian Priest. At least Rusev got through Sheamus. Now he's making a bid for the IC title, which, from what I've heard, the creative is he's going to also be involved with someone else who will be returning very soon, and that is Ilya Dragunov. Take my money. So Rusev is my number 5. LeftEyeEgo, you're number 4.
Number 4. The return and the response wasn't what I thought it would be at first, but it's gotten a lot better, and that's Charlotte Flair at number 4. Kind of deadpanned her when she returned, but pairing her with Alexa Bliss has definitely helped, as now she's the women's tag team title holder with Alexa Bliss. So I would say that it's definitely helped, and I've got her as number 4 top return.
Okay. Brad.
My number 4 is like, wow, I did not expect this given everything happening outside the ring, and that would be Brock Lesnar. My understanding, if I understood it correctly, is like Cena actually wanted to face Brock in a match as one of his last matches. I just, with everything with Brock, I was just really surprised that they did it. This fits how I'm viewing the category. It's just like, ooh, I did not think that was going to happen. Not like I'm excited way. I'm like,
Laurence, you're number 4.
My number 4 is Rusev. As quiet as he's been in comparison to everything else, that man's been putting on matches, and it's nice to see him back as he originally was and should have been. That match with Sheamus was outstanding as well.
That was a banger. My number 4. Much like Ego, if you'd have told me that this person would have been a top return, I would have said you're out of your mind. We're going back to January, the Rumble, number 27. 27. Almost the end. The music hits, and the boos come out for Charlotte Flair. In the lead up to WrestleMania, she's getting booed out of the building, and now she's one of the most over females on the entire roster. And so right now she's number 4, and the reason why she's number 4 may show up later. I'm just saying. Ego, you're number 3.
My number 3 is known as the Beast. I've got Brock Lesnar coming back. This finally gives John Cena the Goliath that he needs to slay to kind of re-cement his face turn. It's going to be a great match he's have, and he came at the right time. So I've got Brock Lesnar at number 3.
All right. Brad, you're number 3.
This is actually the spot that I had the toughest time with.
Me too.
And I had 2 people. One of them was named AJ Styles, but I decided not to go with AJ Styles because he made his return. What I went with ties into kind of what I was talking about earlier with Io Sky. I decided to go with Asuka because I think the way her return, she was gone for a year and she's now coming back and she's immediately developing character work going on. We're getting to see a developing conflict. The Kabuki Warriors, which are kind of gone in a way, you forgot about them. They weren't a big deal. Was she part of Damage Control back when she left? Even I don't remember.
She was. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, we know she's a great worker, but now she's been given a chance to do some of the more, the other side stuff. Gray in the ring. But now we're just seeing like a little bit of the devil, like this week where she stuck Kyrie in a match. So I like that she's come back with her own agenda. And this is where I think, when I said, the surprise is back or someone making an impact, I think this is how she's making an impact in her return.
Gotcha. Laurence, you're number 3.
My number 3 is AJ Lee. It was a long time coming. I saw a video of her practicing with CM Punk from several months ago. It looked like she was doing very well. But I was a fan of her character, and I felt that nostalgic hit, like almost like a child when she came out. I mean, we knew it was coming, but I still felt it was like as if I didn't know she was coming out. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here, as long as WWE doesn't bungle it. But yeah, she's my number 3.
All righty. My number 3, Brad, we're on the same page. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, came in June, was immediately a finalist in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and now has been doing character work, building this feud with Asuka, possibly with Stephanie, possibly with Rhea. So you've got this. It's actually becoming one of the more interesting stories on Raw, is what's going on with the ladies. And this is all because of Asuka and her so yeah, Asuka definitely number 3. All right, LeftEyeEgo, you're number 2.
Number 2, I've got Alexa Bliss. Fantastic return. Great gimmick, even separating herself kind of from the Wyatt Six, doing her own thing and keeping Bray's persona alive. It's been fantastic to watch her wrestle and actually pair up and kind of save Charlotte Flair in the process. So she's been able to do it all. So I've got that as my number 2 biggest return so far for WWE or wrestling in general.
All right.
Okay. My next?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Read something else. So 1 and 2 I was thinking about, because these could have gone either way, but I decided to go with April Mendez. AKA AJ Lee.
AJ Lee, number 2.
Nice.
And the reason I did this, first off, it's great to see her come back, remembering her and, skipping down to the ring, slowly just, resting her chin on her hands with the crazy eyes, just like falling right back into character. But I kind of think it was a little too telegraphed, her return. That's why I put it in number 2, and I have 1 as someone else. So I just think it was a little too telegraphed. Great that she's back, but that's the point I make on that.
All righty. Laurence, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Alexa Bliss. Asuka she was immediately put into a great program, but Alexa Bliss, she came in the Royal Rumble. She was in the Elimination Chamber. She's been on a roll. She saved Charlotte Flair. Yeah, I would say saved her career, but definitely was a catalyst in turning those boos into cheers. Charlotte would have made this list, but I'll just be honest with you. I think at this point, I think that she would have gone over better had she dropped the Queen gimmick and came up with something fresh and maybe added some new moves to her arsenal, maybe even a new finisher. Because what got her the boos was people made this something. They're like, here we go again. She's gonna win the Royal Rumble. It was just the same old thing. And I think she should have pulled an Undertaker. She should have came back just like he came back with the biker gimmick. She should have came back with a more street attitude, dress different, and keep the figure eight, but come up with a new finisher. And I think that would have gone over a lot farther. She wouldn't have needed Alexa Bliss. They needed to put her with somebody to put a stop to what was going on.
Gotcha. Absolutely correct. And Brad, I think we're going to be on the same page for both 2 and 1.
Yep.
Because my number two is AJ Lee. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming from the minute Clash in Paris ended. We knew she was coming. But that pop in Chicago. I mean, of course, it was going to be in Chicago. And like Brad said, the skipping, the crazy eyes, the cute little poses, she hasn't skipped a beat. And already she's got an impact and already being inserted into the top story on Raw. It's AJ Lee. Ego, you're number 1.
Number 1, I've got the return of Bronson Reed. Man, I didn't know how much I missed him until he came back. So I've got him at number 1. I mean, 400-pounder, tsunami splash. Now he's set up with the Vision. So I dig it. I didn't know how much he missed to the big guy and able to take things to new heights. So I've got Bronson Reed number 1.
Interesting. All right. I didn't have him in this, but good pick. I like that. Brad, you're number 1.
Of course, I'm going with 5 Feet of Fury. Alexa Bliss.
Right.
I mean, first off, she's been on maternity leave for 2 years, and she's like going out living mom life. She's having a great time with her baby and her husband. I mean, because I follow wrestlers on Instagram, and I'm like, I don't think she's coming back. I really didn't think she was going to come back. And then when she did, you want to talk about, that was a huge pop. And I was like, did she miss a beat? I don't know. She looked great. Well, she always looks great. But her ring ability, it's like, were you back at the Performance Center? You weren't telling anyone? She was doing great. And then the thing she did, the impossible, she made people cheer Charlotte Flair, because there was no way that would have happened. That's like, moving a mountain. So yeah, Charlotte ain't the queen. Sorry, someone else is right now for what she did.
All right, Laurence, you're number 1.
My number 1 is Ron Killings. For
R-Truth.
R-Truth, for the contribution to that company, and the fact that when you look at the direction that this company is going into, and them, just basically saying we don't give a F, attitude, for them to be forced to bring him back. Now, of course, we all knew that they were going to do exactly what they're doing, which is bring him back, give him an edge, and then trash it and put him right back into the sideshow act. But then again, that might have been his decision too. But the fact that the company was made to realize just how important that man is to the fans, and how much he means to the fans, and I think it shocked him too. I mean, that's just a demonstration of power that that these fools are forgetting right now. It's like, you just brought back a 50-something-year-old man because the fans got pissed, and now look at what you're getting ready to do with WrestleMania. What do you think is going to happen now?
Right. And valid point. My number 1, we're going back to the Rumble. 21. Biggest pop of the night. Biggest pop of the entire show. Probably biggest pop this year so far. And return of the 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss, for the fact that they secured her return 12 hours before the show even started. That's when her contract was finalized. They had her flown in. They had her secretly driven to the arena. They had her hidden right up until her music hit. Now, the person you got to feel bad for is Shotzi, because she was training to take that spot, but it's Alexa Bliss. So obviously Alexa Bliss is my number 1. All right. I think we have a clear number 1, a clear number 2, and a close number 3.
Yeah. Close number
So,
3. Number
Mr.
3
Price
ekes it out.
Mr. Price Waterhouse, who came in third?
La La Land. Sorry. Asuka with 6 points. At number 2,
tomorrow.
we have AJ Lee. Barely 5 feet of crazy. Barely 5 feet of crazy.
Right?
Do you realize how small she looks? Oh my God. Jesus.
Oh, she's tiny.
And she is so, yeah, but even more like seeing her next even to Becky, like, oh my God, she's like a hobbit.
Yeah.
And of course,
and number 1,
of course, one of my personal favorites, Alexa Bliss. Duh. 18 points.
Right. Very cool. Yes, that was almost a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So I want to thank everyone who has joined us. I want to thank everyone who has joined us tonight for getting through this. We're piecing this together as we go. But before we head out, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up, sir?
Well, JV and I are going to be doing a special edition of Wednesday Nights Overbooked, so check out that on this Friday night. And Sunday, as me and Shira, will be having our other episode of Ordinary Games. It's probably going to be at 7 because the Cowboys got a game at 3, and I don't need y'all trolling me. I don't need y'all trolling me with the scores, all right? Because I tried that one time, and it happened, and I almost canceled the stream to go check the score. So it's probably going to be at 7 o'clock this time, and that's assuming my wife's team with the tournament doesn't have her completely exhausted by the time she gets back anyway. So for sure, it's Friday going down with the stream with JV.
Gotcha. Mr. Duke Devil 95, Price Waterhouse, what do you have coming up, sir?
Before I do that, I want to address something to Mr. Ego. I saw an Instagram post the other day where a woman said, I can't believe I'm getting divorced. Turns out my husband's gay. And then she pans over and he's like, I'm not gay. I'm just a Cowboys fan.
Wow.
If I get fun, I'm going to send it.
Whatever.
That's okay. I'm a Steeler fan. Who cares? Tomorrow night, I'll be on Static 2020's weekend pregame. Of course, you can always watch Wormhole Watch on my channel where we watch D Space 9 every week. I've completed my season 3 run of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So if you would like to see me get concussions by multiple face palms, go watch. There's 10 reviews every episode, and I don't know how I'm thinking clearly.
Wow. You are a brave soul, sir. And last but not least, Mr. Laurence Knight, what do you have coming up, sir?
You guys can catch me on Abyssal Musings this Friday with my co-host Samuel the Infamous, and you can catch me in the chat as a moderator on Saturday for the Exile Lioness 2 channel.
All righty. And as for myself, I will be on with Roman of the Empire tomorrow night. We're going to be talking heavy metal. I wonder if I'm going to have a certain band that I want to talk about in particular. I don't know. Maybe something special I'm going to talk about. Who knows? Who knows? And then right after that, I will be on with R2, the Icky, as he is relaunching after the weekend. He's going to an interview format. I will be his first guest. And then LeftEyeEgo and I, as of right now, it's just us two. We're going to be talking about the Jade Cargill experiment with the WWE, how it's failed, and if Booker T can save it. So that's going to be what we got going on for. And of course, we'll be right back here with Wednesday Night is Overbooked, talking about the results of Wrestlepalooza, as we will be on the road to Survivor Series. No, we'll be on the road to, Survivor Series. I think somewhere around there. But yeah, so until next week, folks, I want to wish everyone a great rest of the week. Keep talking, keep smiling, and until next time, toodles. Take care.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Lawrence.